I used to skydive in a prior life, and so when they proposed this series, it took a nanosecond to decide. I know exactly what I want to do because I jumped out of a lot of planes before, but I'd never done this.
Approximately 2 miles due west of the Hemet-Ryan Airport. Planning on doing parachute drop operations in that general vicinity.
How you feeling?
Feeling good. You ready to do this?
I'm ready. You ready? Way up here, 2,200.
Okay. Ready, set, good morning, America! Okay, I know what you're thinking. What kind of idiot does this? Well, let's back up and I can explain. That was yesterday. Good times. But no, we gotta go back even further. Okay, warmer. That's me a dozen years ago, getting my license. And once I did, man, I would jump, rain or shine. But let's go back even more. And freeze. There. That is the source of my sickness. That is my dad. And when he wasn't working as a Milwaukee cop, he was jumping out of perfectly good airplanes for fun. First, he fell in love with free fall, and then my stepmom. And they would bring little Billy out to the drop zone, where I spent countless weekends looking up for his familiar red and black canopy, wanting to be just like him. So the minute I turned 18, I did my first tandem, and years later, with approval of my earthbound bride, became a real skydiver here at the mecca of the sport, Paris Valley, California.
How you been?
I've been great. How's it going? It's been a long time since life pulled me away, a decade since my last jump, so I have to sign all the waivers and get a safety refresher from Pat McGowan, a legendary instructor.
So 1,000 feet are gonna go by in 5 seconds.
So here's the plan. At 12,500 feet, I will exit the airplane, fall 32 feet per second squared until I hit 120 miles an hour. After 43 seconds plummeting to Earth, I'll open my trusty chute and gently float down. At least that's what's supposed to happen. The exciting part is not knowing if it will. What do you say to somebody who goes, my gosh, that's selfish. Why not quit? You got to think about your kids. How do you rationalize?
Well, this is exactly it. I'm trying to teach my kids not to be afraid of life. That like whatever they want to do, pursue it. Do it as safe as you can.
The ride up takes about 20 minutes. Time to meditate on the jump, move by move, do a final safety check, and step into the door.
See ya!
Even with Pat as a training wheel, that first step, just as thrilling as I remember. Once we're stable, he reminds me to do 3 practice touches to my ripcord so I can find it later. And I'm in heaven until my oh-so-stylish Snoopy goggles come loose. As I squint through the wind, the altimeter tells me it's time to slow things down. And now that the jitters are gone, we head back up and I can get creative with the exit. The rear door on a plane called the Skyvan allows one to run into space or do a nesty plunge with a push. I'm not the only one rekindling my passion on this day. Now in their 80s, Leo and Hal got their first taste as paratroopers over France on D-Day.
You know what I like about skydiving is, it's just like the airborne, great camaraderie.
You laugh a lot, you know. You have some of these young ladies floating around out here, that really turns you on.
Basically, since the first time I tried that first four-way, I knew I loved it. It was just the coolest thing I'd ever done.
Christy and her teammates all left well-paying desk jobs to play in the sky for a living. Paris Fury is one of the best four-way teams in the world, performing dozens of synchronized movements in a single freefall. And they've kindly invited me to jump with them, sort of an airborne version of Dancing with the Stars. It's a reminder of the focus and skill needed to control your falling body. Though I screw up the entire sequence, I'm still warmly embraced as an honorary member of the team. Just when I was getting cocky, that's the beauty of the sport.
That's usually when it bites you in the butt.
Exactly. And there was time for one more jump. And on this one, a skydiving legend, Dan Brodsky-Chenfield, a 10-time world champion. And since it's the last one of the day, I gotta go with my all-time favorite exit. A bar welded to the belly of the plane is perfect to hang, grin, and drop. After linking up, Dan backs away in the sky, and by putting arms back and legs straight, my challenge is to fly to him. Oh, I gotta tell you, Dad was right. There is nothing like watching a sunset, Superman style. But then again, Dad never went out of a balloon.
Good morning, America!
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, the beauty of the balloon is that it's so quiet. You know, in the plane, there's all the noise and everything, and there's a window where you have to jump because the drop zone is below you. But in the balloon, you can kind of look around, get your sense, and all your guts go right into your throat.
Does it feel like more of a dead plunge out of the balloon?
It does, yeah. When you step off, it's like that roller coaster effect.
Wow, how many jumps did you do?
I did 7 on this time, but it is, you know, and a lot of people ask about the safety. Last year, 16 people lost their lives skydiving out of nearly 3 million jumps, 400,000 first-timers. So the equipment and the regulations have made it much safer in recent years. But this is how you know how close you are to Earth. The altimeter there, it tells you how much time you have.
And how much time you have.
And then the main canopy is in here, and you've got a reserve chute that's packed by really licensed, strict professionals. And there's also something that fires if you're going too fast at a certain altitude. So there's a little bit of backup, but it's managed risk. That's what makes it fun. So who's in? Who's going with me?
You were so generous. You're pushing us. You were so excited about it. We wanted people to give clues. You tweeted about it the moment you did it, and they're great pictures. So there's no jumbotron picture.
Yeah, sorry
of anyone.
about that.
Yeah.